Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. President LUONG meets Singaporean Prime Minister LUONG. Huế celebrates 50th anniversary of liberation. New Zealand media praises Vietnam's economic growth. On March the 26th in Hanoi, President LUONG met with Singaporean Prime Minister LUONG and his spouse, who was on an official visit to Vietnam. During the meeting, both leaders agreed to further tap into the potential of Vietnam-Singapore cooperation and soon finalize the 2025-2030 action program with concrete measures across 6 key pillars outlined in their upgraded partnership. They emphasized the need to strengthen political trust through high-level exchanges and engagement across party, state, government, parliament and local channels. The two sides also pledged to deepen defense and security ties, enhance efforts to combat transnational crimes, especially cybercrime, and boost information sharing on regional and global issues. Both leaders underscored the importance of close coordination and mutual support at regional and international forums, particularly ASEAN and the United Nations, to promote peace, stability and development. They reaffirmed ASEAN's unity and consistent stance on key regional issues, including the South China Sea, and supported resolving disputes through peaceful means based on international law, especially the 1982 UNCLOS. The same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính hosted an official welcome ceremony in Hanoi for Singaporean Prime Minister LUONG and his spouse, marking the start of their 2-day visit to Vietnam. This visit comes at a meaningful time as Vietnam and Singapore celebrate 52 years of diplomatic relations and continue to build on strong political trust, deep economic ties and growing people-to-people connections. The two countries have maintained a steady exchange of high-level visits and close coordination at regional and global forums. Following the recent visit of Party General Secretary To Lâm to Singapore, the bilateral relationship has entered a new dynamic phase. Prime Minister Wong's visit underscores the shared commitment to turning the goals of the comprehensive strategic partnership into tangible results. Throughout the visit, the two sides focused on aligning strategic priorities, addressing shared challenges, and building greater resilience and sustainable growth. With a strong foundation built over half a century, Prime Minister Wong's official visit is expected to bring new momentum to Vietnam-Singapore relations, making the partnership even more practical, forward-looking and impactful. On March the 26th in Hanoi, President LUONG, also chairman of the National Defense and Security Council and Commander-in-Chief of the People's Armed Forces, attended and delivered remarks at a ceremony marking the 90th anniversary of the Vietnam Militia and Self-Defense Force, March the 28th, 1935-2025. The force was also awarded the prestigious Ho Chi Minh Order for its exceptional contribution to the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation. The event was also attended by senior leaders from the Ministry of National Defense, including Minister of National Defense General Phan Van Giang and other former and current high-ranking officials. The roots of the militia and self-defense force trace back to the party's first Congress in 1935, when a resolution was passed to establish self-defense teams of workers and peasants. Since then, March the 28th has been recognized as the foundation day of the Vietnam Militia and Self-Defense Force. In his address, General Giang praised the unwavering loyalty and resilience of generations of militia and self-defense force members who have contributed significantly to national defense and development through their bravery, intelligence, and dedication. President LUONG emphasized the importance of strengthening the all-people national defense posture, closely linked to people's security and grassroots strength. he expressed confidence that the militia and self-defense force would continue to be a vital force, not only in safeguarding the country, but also in supporting socio-economic development and responding to natural disasters and non-traditional security challenges. He called on the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense to continue advising the party and state on policies and mechanisms to enhance the effectiveness of the militia and self-defense force. He also urged local authorities to ensure sufficient resources and timely support for the force operations. On March the 26th, Hue City held a solemn ceremony to mark the 50th anniversary of its liberation, March the 26th, 1975-2025, and the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Hue Municipal Party Committee, April 1930, 2025. Permanent member of the party's Central Committee Secretariat Trần Cẩm Tú attended and delivered a keynote speech. The ceremony was also attended by leaders of the government, National Assembly, ministries and central agencies, along with Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương, Deputy Minister of National Defense, and Lieutenant General Phạm Trường Sơn, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army. On behalf of the party and state leaders, Mr. Trần Cẩm Tú commended and congratulated the Hue Party Committee, armed forces and people on their significant achievements over the past 5 decades. He called on the city to continue fostering unity, self-reliance and innovation to overcome challenges and pursue rapid, sustainable development in line with the country's overall progress. Earlier this same day, Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương led a delegation from the Central Military Commission and Ministry of National Defense to offer incense and flowers in tribute to President Ho Chi Minh and fallen heroes at the Hue Municipal Military Command. On the morning of March the 26th in Hanoi, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, attended and presided over a ceremony to honor outstanding youngster of the military in 2024, organized by the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense. The event was joined by senior officials, including Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department, General Nguyễn Tân Cương, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, and Deputy Minister of National Defense, along with leaders from the Ministry of National Defense, the General Staff, the General Political Department, and the Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union. Each year, the titles of outstanding young faces and promising young faces of the military are selected and honored. This year, 10 outstanding and 60 promising young faces were chosen by the Ministry of Defense Evaluation Board. These individuals exemplify excellence in areas such as training, combat readiness, research, labor, culture, and sports. This event motivates the youth movements in the military, providing a platform for young talents to grow and contribute. The 70 honorees represent the victory immolation spirit, embodying the noble qualities of alcohol soldiers in the new era. In his speech, General Phan Van Giang emphasized that the youth movement in the military has been thoroughly implemented with continuous innovation, creativity, and effectiveness. Military youth have played a key role in taking on new, challenging, and critical tasks. Many exemplary youth in the military have overcome great challenges, always at the front lines in critical areas, to protect the nation and its people. They have led efforts to fight poverty, prevent and address the consequences of natural disasters. I am deeply moved by the images of our young soldiers braving floods to rescue citizens, especially during the recent Yagi storm. Their achievements, courage, and pioneering spirit in facing danger, daring to think, act, take responsibility, and sacrifice embody the revolutionary heroism and noble qualities of alcohol soldiers. These individuals serve as role models for the entire military and inspire the youth of our nation and society. Minister Phan Văn Giang emphasized that the current task of building the military, strengthening national defense and protecting the homeland demand higher standards and greater challenges. As a result, the youth movements within the military must undergo a bold and innovative transformation. The youth throughout the military must lead the way in implementing Resolution number 57 of the Politburo and Resolution number 3488 of the Central Military Commission, driving breakthroughs in science and technology innovation and digital transformation. They should actively engage in learning, training, scientific research, and applying technological advancements to military operations, mastering modern knowledge, weapons, and equipment. By doing so, they will help elevate the quality of training, combat readiness, labor, production, and business, contributing to the creation of an elite, compact, strong, and modern military. Coming up next, Belgian King's visit to Vietnam, a new chapter in bilateral cooperation. New Zealand media praises Vietnam's economic growth. Belgian King Philip and Queen Mathilde, along with the royal delegation, will pay a state visit to Vietnam from March the 31st to April the 4th, opening new opportunities for bilateral cooperation. Despite its small area, Belgium holds a strategic position in Europe as the headquarters of key EU institutions. With a strong economy and high income status, Belgium established diplomatic ties with Vietnam in 1973, paving the way for lasting cooperation. Over the past 50 years, bilateral relations have achieved significant milestones in various fields. The 2019 EVFTA has greatly advanced bilateral trade and investment. Many Belgian firms are now eyeing Vietnam. Accompanying the king this time are 34 CEOs from major Belgian corporations and 18 universities, reflecting Belgium's recognition of Vietnam as a key partner. This reflects their recognition of Vietnam as a highly potential partner for fostering cooperation in areas where Belgium excels and where Vietnam also has matching strengths and demands. From March the 31st to April the 4th, King Philip and Queen Mathilde of Belgium will make a state visit to Vietnam. Accompanying the king is a delegation including 34 CEOs from major Belgian corporations and representatives from 18 Belgian universities, highlighting Belgium's growing interest in Vietnam as a strategic partner across multiple sectors. Belgium's king makes only 2 state visits per year, one within the EU and one outside. Choosing Vietnam as his sole international destination this year underscores our country's significance in Belgium's foreign policy and EU relations. Amidst the growing trends of international cooperation, the state visit of King Philip and the Belgian royal delegation to Vietnam is expected to be a turning point in deepening the relationship between the two nations. On March the 26th, New Zealand's news website rnz.co.nz published an article stating that Vietnam is currently considered the fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia. With this strong growth potential, New Zealand businesses are making efforts to strengthen their position as strategic business partners with Vietnam. In detail, the news website quoted New Zealand business and investment circles as saying that Vietnam is experiencing extraordinary growth. In just 10 to 15 years, Vietnam has transformed from a low-income country to a middle-income one. FTAs between Vietnam and New Zealand have created important leverage to help New Zealand maintain its competitive advantage over other partners. In addition, the Vietnamese market has undergone dramatic changes since 2012 and is increasingly competitive. Therefore, businesses have chosen to focus on the high-end segment, which must meet strict quality standards to win over Vietnamese consumers. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.